Hello, everyone. Kito Huggins here, Director of Alumni Engagement and Career Transitions at Weil Alum Candice. We have another interview that we are delivering to you by Zoom. This time we are speaking with a notable alum, Candice Aaron. I'm going to introduce her in a moment and hear about what she has been up to in her current role. But I'm also thrilled today to have with us the co-managing partner of the Dallas office and a partner in our banking and finance group, Courtney Marcus. Hi, Courtney. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Kito. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Candice, thank you also for joining.
I am currently the Vice President and Head of Corporate Compliance at the Charles Schwab Corporation. So that's my day job. And my team is responsible for operating and overseeing the operation of the basic tenets of our compliance program at Schwab. In my non-day job, my other jobs, I am a board member of a local animal rescue called Dallas Pets Alive, but I'm also the chairman of the Livestrong Foundation.
Can you tell us about your personal connection to the Livestrong Foundation?
We all know that life sort of dictates our journeys as people and leaders, and mine was dictated when I was a brand new partner at a law firm that I had just started at in Delaware, where I'd been brought on board to help build up their corporate governance practice and build out their Delaware office. And a couple months after I got hired there, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was 32, and it was quite unexpected. It was an incidental sort of finding, and I was having one of those 3,000-hour years where you're just billing, sort of head down. Found out I had thyroid cancer that was relatively advanced given my age and how that kind of cancer normally behaves. And I just disappeared from the office for 4 days, had surgery, came back to work, popped my collar so no one could see my scar, and just went about my business. I sort of considered it let me check the box on this thing. Okay, got that one done. Now on to the next thing. And that I really ought to connect with other people who've had similar experiences. So the mission of Livestrong, that each person owns their experience and it's your life and your cancer experience and you should run it the way that works for you, spoke to me. So I just started doing pro bono work and some reach outs with smaller organizations. I did that for 6-8 months. And then I found myself contacted one day by someone from Livestrong who heard about me. And they said that their board was about 12, 13 years old at that point, and they wanted to start to identify leaders in industries and different communities who might be good candidates for a pipeline for their board. And would I be interested in joining what they were constituting as their Young Leaders Cancer Council?
I mean, Candice, that's amazing. And you talk about your experiences essentially leading to leadership and opportunities, and the Livestrong board reaching out to you to make this connection. What skills or expertise do you think that you as an attorney have and had that make you a good candidate to be involved in a nonprofit board?
In my case, the fact that I was a corporate governance expert was something that honestly was attractive to Livestrong, because this was in the thick of the controversy surrounding Lance Armstrong. I know the fact that I was young and, brought a fresh kind of energy. Also, I believe that as attorneys, we're able to step out of the emotionally charged part of a challenging situation and really see broadly what the picture is and how we can help solve it.
So the things you've been surprised about that are skills you've gained from the experience that impact your professional life, as opposed to the reverse.
If anything, I think it advanced my ability to establish my leadership skills in the office. And I learned a tremendous amount about leading intergenerationally, as far as older than me, but also the foundation was very much probably an average age of 25 to 30. So it was a good challenge for a solid Gen Xer like me to have to learn to adapt to those two different generations and lead them both.
Can you talk a little bit about your experience when you stepped in as board chairman in respect of recent changes that the foundation has implemented?
Livestrong is never afraid of a challenge. In fact, it is part of our mission to meet every challenge head on. We went through some really difficult years, but fortunately, the founders of Livestrong and those who ran it over the years did an incredible job of investing very wisely the endowment. So we were able to run at a deficit for a number of years, and that gave us a tremendous amount of freedom.
So having recently been directly impacted by cancer as a result of my son's leukemia diagnosis, which happened last fall, I appreciate now more than I possibly could have otherwise how profoundly and comprehensively treatment can impact a patient's life, and not just the disease itself that they're fighting, but literally every aspect of their life.
We've always been about helping the patient. We also have 20 years of data focused on the individual experiencing the disease. What does that tell us about what people need? Our big rebranding is we're who we always were, and we're going to double down on our investment in it. Livestrong is incredibly dynamic and never runs away from a challenge. It has the organizational DNA of how to be resilient. Livestrong said, we've got all these incredible programs, but you have to call us to get them. What if we could invest in a space and try to create a place where a patient doesn't have to look for these, they're brought to the patient. So that was the genesis of our $50 million investment in the Dell Medical School at UT Austin and the Livestrong Cancer Institute. The entire experience is supported by the presence of a navigator who's in the room, providing that star of services that Livestrong Navigation provides on the spot while the patient is speaking with the doctor or other professionals to support their experience. So it's a very supportive experience of what does this patient need. And our hope is that as we start to do this, and our plan is as we start to do this, we're collecting evidence-based information that this helps with better outcomes.
On behalf of our alumni and the partners and clients who might be viewing this video, thank you for the courage and the vulnerability and transparency of sharing your stories. Candice, you are an example that we can, live strong and survive and thrive. So thank you, and thank you, Courtney, for joining us as well. And I think that's all I have for the day.